Let's talk about your website theme. Now, there's a reason why we didn't do this first, because most people's initial instinct, mine included, is to say, I want to go and build a shop. What do I want it to look like? But hopefully you'll see as I walk through this process why we need to think about the content of the website before we start looking at the themes and deciding what we want our website to look like. Now, Shopify, it is a really easy way of getting online and selling online. And the way it works is that they have pre-built themes. There are, I think, 8 free themes which are provided and supported by Shopify. And then there's a whole marketplace of paid themes which are produced by Shopify partners and Shopify developers worldwide. So when you initially create your store, you're given, it's built on the debut theme, which is one of Shopify's free themes. And then once you are ready to choose your theme, you can head off. If you just clicked your own online store and themes here, you'll see at the bottom that you can visit the theme store. So when you visit the theme store, you'll see just how many different themes there are available. And, most of them are not very expensive, to be honest. You can, shop by kind of collection, by type of theme here, by industries, or you can just go to all themes, and they've got some pretty good filters that you can use at the side here to sort of look and see what kind of thing you want. I would say that the main ones are probably going to be this option here where you have a number of products. If you are building a shop that's going to have 20,000 products, you're going to need a very different theme and a very different set of functionalities than somebody with maybe a dozen or 200 products in their shop. Because the difference with a lot of these themes is going to be things like how much different functionality you can have actually on the product page, what kind of navigation you need, whether you need nested navigation and all this kind of thing. So that's probably the main one. I'm just going to look at, the kind of shop that I'm looking at building is just going to be a relatively small catalogue. And then you can just choose different types of option here. So at the moment, you might not know what you want. That's the main point here. So try not to be too restrictive when you're looking at this stage. Things like, again, another relevant one would be maybe the product page. If you're selling clothes, then you think, I want a size chart. But if you look, then that's only it's not necessary. It doesn't mean that you can't build a shop with selling clothes that doesn't include this size chart option. So have a little look and see, where do you want to have a sidebar menu? Personally, I much prefer to have a menu across the top, so I wouldn't particularly be bothered about that. I'm quite happy with the horizontal menu across the top. Incidentally, for industry, this really is just to... It's for look and feel. If you're selling clothes, you can go toys and games, and you can pick a theme. You can pick one of these themes, even if you're selling clothes. You can mix and match. It doesn't mean you can't sell clothes on a toys theme, but these are themed for toys, just like the layout and the colour and the look and feel and that kind of thing. So find something that you like. It's important to remember that with these paid themes, let's just pick one that I like. Let's go with Artisan. Okay, so I found this one. I really like Artisan. Yes, I like that. We've got different kind of couple of different options that we've got with this, and I'm going to try the theme. At this stage, you're not committing to paying anything. This is I think this is a brilliant way of doing this, is that you can basically test drive a theme, see if it does what you need it to do, and see if you can handle all the intricacies of the theme before you actually commit to buying it. So it's really done. It's done really well. That lets you do this. So this is what your shop, as you have set it up at the moment, or this is mine. This is what my shop would look like out of the box with this theme. Okay, so as you can see, there's because I haven't entered any of this, images or anything like this. I haven't done any of this, so it's all image placeholders and that kind of thing. All right. I mean, I look at this and think that's way too complicated for me. But what you can do is, so you can preview it and say, oh, do you know what? I don't particularly like that. There's too much going on. It's way, way, way too fussy. Let's go back. So we've got to go theme store. Let's find another one. Let's try, let's have a look. I'm going to try this one here, and I'm going to try that theme. And incidentally, whenever you click try theme, if you go back to your main page, you'll now notice that I have both these themes shown here as a theme trial. So now this is this one. Oh, I quite like this one. Yep, I quite like that one. I think I might have a little play and see what I can do with that. So from here, you can either click this Customize Theme button here, and that will take you straight to the Customize, to customize your theme. Or if you don't do that, you can come back here and then you can hit the Customize button there. Now, this is where the real fun begins. Because the way that the Shopify, the themes are structured, it's all in kind of sections, and elements, and then the web page is made up of certain elements. There's the header, there's a slideshow here, there's a featured collection, there's testimony, and all these are just different sections, and you can decide which sections you want to include and which ones you don't. You can change the sections around, so if you don't want a slideshow at the top, you can see here are all the different sections within this theme, right? We've got the header, so this is basically this bit here with the logo and this bit at the top. Any of these sections that I click on open up another set of options, and allow me to edit any part of the header. So I've got background colour here, which is currently white. All right, if I want, not that I do, if I want a red background colour, there we go. I'm going to set the background colour, and there it is, done. So you're able to edit every single aspect of this store. You can add a logo, which I did earlier, and if I can find what it is, let's go for logo. Incidentally, I created this logo. Shopify have a free logo creator, and that's where I created that logo, which now looks shocking on here, but and I'll put a link to that underneath and with this video. But if you can't, if I for some reason I forget to put the logo in, then just Google search Shopify logo creator and it will take you there. It's not a problem. So yeah, so you can upload a logo. Let's try that again, shall we? So obviously that's a little bit too small, but then you can edit everything. You can drag the slider along, make it bigger. There we go. You can change the size on mobile. All right, navigation style, icons, center. I mean, you just have to kind of almost select things. Oh, look, that's better. That's having that center. Mega navigation. Do you know what? I don't even know what that is. But this is just giving you some idea. I find that the paid themes can get very, very complicated. There's so many options, which is why sometimes I think it's better to just maybe stick with a very simple, basic theme, especially if you want to get online quickly and don't need too many options. Because, you know, you could spend days just trying to figure out just how to get the header looking nice on this particular one. But I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of how all this works. And what I'm going to do, because it's the let's get out of here, because the debut theme is just a little easier to show you, basically, I'm going to do some editing in the debut theme. So this is the debut theme. Okay, so I'm going to go in and customize that one, because what I want to show you is how you can, so at the moment, how you can edit different pages and different layouts. So here I am. If you look at the top left here, I'm editing the home page. All right, so I've got all these different sections in the home page. All right, so starts off with an image with text. I don't really want that image with text, so I come over here. This is the image with text section. Click the eye. Poof, like magic, it disappears. Okay, these are text columns, so I can just create sort of custom, here we go, custom text columns. We can add a header. Oh, can't spell. There we go. And then each individual ones, you can have it with an image or not with an image. You can get rid of the image. You could just have a few text columns here. All right. Edit the text, edit the title and the text, and then if I want a button, okay, I can link to a collection, and then that will link through to my dog toys collection. All right. So as you can see, every element of this page is editable. Now, I don't want those text columns, actually. I'm going to get rid of those. I'm just going to have my featured collection. I quite like having a featured collection. So at the moment, it's just placeholders. So if I click on the featured collection section, it allows me to choose which collection I want as my featured collection. So I'm going to click on dog toys. And there we go. My featured collection here is dog toys. This might be best sellers. As you can see, you can edit this featured selection. You could have it as special offers. Okay, and those, so you could have all your special offers in one collection and have those featured on your home page. You can adjust how many products per row here. So I got 3 products per row. How many rows? Obviously, depends how many products you've got. I've only got 3 products here anyway, so so that's that one set up. Again, we've got another image at the bottom. So with image, I'm going to go back. I'm going to do this top image here. So this is this top section, this image with text overlay. So as you can see, if I hide that and then make it reappear again, you can select images. So you can select and upload an image, or you can search. This is Shopify's free, royalty-free stock images. Okay, so you can search, you can search these to find an image to go here. All right, so I quite like that one actually. Let's have that one. There we go. So that's going to be my image across the top, and you can change everything about this. You can change the alignment. You can have it at the bottom, aligned to the top, or aligned to the middle. The layout. You can the width, the height. Maybe that's too wide. You think that's a little bit. It's just too much. Just have a short one like that. Okay. And then the text size, this is where you would edit the text then. There we go. With a little bit of text underneath if you want it. Again, you don't have to. You can just delete it and leave that blank if that's what you want. Whenever you see an option that says button label, just edit, there we go, type something in the button label, and then you can decide what, as I showed you there, when you click on this, you can either link to a page, a blog post, a product, a specific product, a collection of products, or whatever. All right. If you want to remove the section completely rather than just hide it, then you can do so at the bottom here. Just hit remove collection and remove section rather, and then that section will be removed. You can always add one back if you want to. If you just see that there, it says add section at the bottom. You can add collection lists, featured collections, galleries, the image with text overlays, that's what these are, a slideshow, featured products, newsletters, maps, I mean all sorts of stuff here. So you can add all of those, you know, whatever you like there really. These, at any point you can grab this little 6 thingy-bobby thingy here and you can move these about. So we can move the image, not that you would have this obviously because you've got 2 images next to each other, but you just move all these around, put that down there, image, then we'd have the gallery above that. I click on the gallery, then it allows me to select an image for my gallery, you know, dog toys or something, whatever. Then I can have and then I can have a caption, I can link it to a product or a collection. I mean, just the options are endless really, but you really can get this to look just how you want it. I would suggest that you keep it simple to start with and focus on getting people to the pages where they can buy and making it easy for them to find their way around. Don't make it too complicated. There are a lot of studies that suggest that having slideshows and fancy banner images on the home page reduces conversion rates. So, you know, don't think that you have to have this fancy slideshow on the home page, because you don't necessarily need that. You know, you can get rid of this completely and just have some category links to all your categories at the top here. Okay, so I would, you know, collection list. Okay, and just have this. So you'd add your collections. Okay, collection, we're going to have squeaky toys. And then we're going to have another collection. We're going to have plush toys. And then we've got another, we're going to have rope toys. And then we're going to have another collection. And we're going to have dog beds. Okay, collections per row. Well, it looks a bit stupid with 3, then 1. So I'm going to have 4 collections per row. Okay, and then I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to push that all the way up to the top. Here we go. So then somebody comes to they know exactly what I have. And obviously you wouldn't have that called collection list. You'd say, well, you don't even need anything. Ooh, that's not how you spell categories. All right, and then those will just link straight off to different categories. So keep it simple. Don't feel that you have to do too much. So that's the home page. Now I just want to highlight the fact that you haven't just got the home page to edit. Once you're happy with that, incidentally as well, before I forget, if you toggle up here, you can preview on mobile. So this is the desktop view and this is the mobile view. And you can see how this is going to look on mobile and whether that still kind of makes sense to have various elements in there. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Now that's the home page, but obviously you're going to have various different pages. The ones that I would suggest that you focus on first is going to be the home page, and then the product page. Lost it. The product page is here. Okay, so then you can really make this look as good as possible. So the header will always relate to this section up at the top here. All right, now I didn't actually add my logo in. I'm going to add my logo into this bit bigger. It's a little bit, yeah, it's not a great logo, so it doesn't really fit. I need something narrower, but it just gives you an idea of what you can do with it there. Announcement bar, we have an announcement bar. You can, you know, make sure you look on everything, because you've got this little it says here, you know, show announcement. I can't see where the announcement pops up, but anyway. Oh, and then it says homepage only, not on homepage only. So there we go. So announce something here can be on every page or just on the homepage. So that's in the heading. The product page. So this is where, because I'm in the product pages, the product page. You can, if you remember when I was talking about the brand name, adding brand names to the vendor, this is where, if you highlight this, you can show the brand name on your product pages, because if that's relevant for you, people need to know what the brand is. You can have quantity selector showing there if they want multiple, or and you can change all these different enable zoom, enable image zooms, you know, all this kind of stuff. Just have a look and see what's on here. Now this is where the paid themes, you'll find that there are a lot more options with the paid themes possibly than there are with the free themes. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this is an absolutely fine, this is just a perfect product page. There's nothing wrong with this at all. So product recommendations. So this is where they've got you may also like. Okay, so you can decide whether to show that or not. Switch that on and off there. It's worth clicking in every section here to make sure that you know exactly what is on there. You will want to show payment icons if you're doing Google Shopping. Again, when you try to verify your merchant center, they're going to want to see what payment options you accept. But you can see this is just, it's so easy to make the pages look how you want them to. And then you can edit collection pages, see, you know, your category pages, to see how these, to see what they look like. Layout, you know, grid layout, list layout, how many per row, show product vendors. Do we want show? Yes, okay. Enable tag filtering. With tag filtering, I would always enable tag filtering if you have it, because it can be a really useful way to give a better search experience to your visitors. It's quite an advanced thing to kind of have. I'm sure you've been on a website where you have your categories and your subcategories, and then you have lots of filter options, as we did when we were looking at the options for the themes in the theme shop. What tag filtering allows you to do, it's not as advanced, but if you are selling products where people maybe would want to look for a brand or a colour or a size, then if you'd have to plan it ahead, obviously. If you use tags with colours, brands, sizes, features, you know, features of products, then by enabling the product tag filter, it's not a wonderfully refined way of doing it, but at least they could look here and go, oh, okay, I want a red, whatever it is I'm looking for. I can just see the red products. Hope that makes sense. So it's kind of a way of getting a slightly more advanced search feature, a navigation feature available for your products. But again, this needs planning. This needs you to think ahead of what you might want to filter on so that you can add those as tags before you start and as you're going along, so you don't have to go and do it all afterwards. With your cart, you know, you need to make sure that you haven't got too much fuss on here. You're just going to have your header, your footer, and your cart page here. Do you want to be able to allow people to leave a note during their checkout? Now, this can be really handy for certain situations, but if you don't have a process in place to make sure that somebody always checks the notes on an order, then you could have quite important information being totally missed, for example. So you know, you want to make sure that everything is as you want it to be on there. Okay, so as you can see, this is a really useful and a really quite an easy way to get your website to look and feel how you want it to. Make sure once you've finished playing in here, oh, incidentally, I didn't mention the theme settings here. So you've got the kind of overall theme settings here, which you can go in and obviously change, you know, colours, the fonts, you know, and enable product suggestions. Favicon, it's well worth updating a favicon. So a favicon, this is the favicon, this little green Shopify logo here. If you don't upload one, then it'll just be a generic globe like this, which doesn't look great. So make sure you have a favicon, which usually is a kind of a small version of your logo. So for this one, for example, I'd probably just do that little dog and upload that as a favicon. Your social media accounts here, if you have those enabled on your theme anywhere. So again, do you want, when somebody actually adds something to their shopping cart, do you want it to come up and say and show an alert? I would recommend that you do, because people need to have that feedback to think, oh, has that gone in my cart? Like, oh, and they keep adding it and then get really frustrated because they have 6 in their shopping cart. The checkout, you know, you can have custom background images just for your checkout here. If you haven't got a logo anywhere else, you can sort of stick one in here. So there's you know, there's a lot of information here that you can update and edit. You can play with this. You know, you don't have to. You can if you're not sure what it's going to look like, stick an image in here. They give you the size. Recommend stick an image in, save it, go through checkout, see if you like it. If you don't, come back, get rid of it. Not a problem. So it's really easy to update and to change everything. When you've finished doing all your fiddling, don't forget to hit save. And if you're using a paid theme, it's, you know, remember that all the time that you're doing all of this, all the time that you're designing, looking to see if it's going to work and if the layout is going to work for you, you're not having to pay for the theme. It's only once you've decided that that is the right theme for you and that it does what you want it to do, then you can go ahead and decide that, you know, yes, this is the theme I want, and you can go ahead and actually purchase the theme. Okay, you can change as many times as you want to. If it's a paid one, obviously, if you're on the free one, then that's you don't have to do anything. You can just carry on using it. If you've got a theme trial and you've been customizing it and you think, right, okay, I'm ready to go now, that's the one I want, and I've done it, then you can just click on this actions thing here and then you can buy, or obviously so that's that is the basics of the themes and the layout. I would recommend that you really do spend some time first and foremost just in the debut theme, setting all the basics, setting all the basics, like your logo, your menus, what you want in your footer and all that kind of stuff, and what things you want on your product pages and that, so you know exactly what you want. And just take some time to find the right one. But I'm going to stick with the free one because I quite like that one, so that'll do for me. But yeah, themes. and you're almost ready to go. Great stuff.